An Arctic blast of cold air is on its way into next weekend and next week. And this is going to have a lot of impacts on the United States. So today we're going to be looking at the synoptic pattern, what's going on in many regions of the United States, but specifically the eastern half of the U.S., to see what the weather's going to be like, and especially look at this Arctic blast. Hi, I'm Palmy. Welcome back to another 5-day forecast. And today, again, we're just looking at this cold blast because it's really our main feature for the weather. First of all, I wanted to start up with the synoptic scale pattern here. Here's our 250 millibar jet stream. I don't usually start up here, but in this case we are going to be doing so. And you can see here pretty well, we have this pretty large trough here, starting about here, and then we have this little cutoff low, kind of off the Californian coast. You can see where that is. I drew that blue line there. Let me draw California. California coast here, and that's Mexico down there. So a little bit off the coast. This is currently fueling some of all those wildfires we're seeing in the Los Angeles region. And we talked about that in the last video. We have this cutoff low, and again, the winds are off the Rockies. That's really helping to fuel some of those Santa Ana winds. And this large troughing feature out here is also causing some Arctic air in regions like the Midwest. Here's a temperature map. You can see lots of cold air over much of this area here. So Arctic air as well, actually. If you look at our dew points, it's extremely dry, so lots of dry air is currently in place due to this troughing feature that we're seeing. However, as we move forward, we're going to see this move out, that cutoff low, and what really becomes interesting is once this cutoff low flows back into the main jet stream here. So here's that point. This is on Friday. We have what was the cutoff low becoming more of a shortwave trough feature here. We can see it's a little bit better at 500 millibars. Again, there's a cutoff low off the coast of California, and then this becomes part of the main flow once again. And you get this little bit of divergence out here in the Arctic region, and this could have some thunderstorms associated with it. If you get closer to the surface here, we can see we do have some potential for some warmer air in here, moisture returns as well. The GFS is not showing a very powerful moisture return, neither is the NAM, but there is a little bit of possibility for some thunderstorms out here. The NAM is being very extreme with the Cape, but you can see that night after you get a little bit of instability possible. So we could have some thunderstorms coming back to the Arctic region, but as of now, nothing really severe. We didn't see that in the SPC outlooks. No severe weather really on tap. Just some normal thunderstorms possible. But if we move back into large scale features here, let's look again. 500 millibars. And we get this very large trough. You can see very large amplitude, and really expanding the entirety of the country here. And the real deal with this is going to be very cold. So let's look at temperature at 500 millibars. You can see a very, very cold air. This cold air is actually so cold that it runs off of the color chart down here. So all this whites up here are so cold that they literally are off the chart on this website here on College DuPage Weather. They're that cold. So it's very cold up there, with like standardized temperature anomalies as well. Very cold air over much of the region. Just cold air in general, and that is going to go down to the surface as well. So let's look at the surface map now. Again, we talked about that cutoff low as it moves back into the main flow. We have this large scale trough up there. And just watch the temperature of the U.S. You see these colder colors up here definitely being on that cold air. And you can see once this low pressure begins to build in right about Saturday, you will see, look at all that cold air backing its way south. Just a massive blast of cold air for really the entire country. And I'm just moving through here. Now we're on Tuesday, and you can see again, very cold. Tuesday or Monday night, Tuesday morning, you've below freezing temperatures all the way to the Gulf Coast down here, actually. Yeah, all the way, even the Florida Panhandle, all the way to the coast of Mississippi and Alabama, the Carolinas coast, even some of the ocean there. Very cold air is on its way, and eventually that will end up moving out. But we look at our climate prediction center. This is our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. So this is just about in that range there. Then you can see if I'll zoom in here, but these cold temperatures are definitely on their way, with over 90% chance of colder than average temperatures in especially this bullseye here. But you can see the U.S. is just completely covered in cold air, except for California and Alaska and Hawaii. But that's not, the eastern half, especially very cold air is on its way here. And you can see that here, and that's really the main issue. If you want to look at snow, you're not going to see much snow. The GFS probably makes it look like I'm lying to you, but The real issue is going to be lake effect snow over the next few days. So as of now, we have, again, we talked about this large trough, or these troughs we have. We have this trough currently, and that is causing a surface low up here. And this will move south as time goes on. You'll see a lot of lake to land winds. And let's just zoom in on the Great Lakes because this is really where everything happens. You can see here's Lake Michigan here, and you can see all those wind vectors are going right onto Michigan. And then associated with that, you'll likely see 6-hour snow accumulations right there on the coast. You'll see it again here. We have another trough, a little low pressure that moves through. Again, same thing. Stronger winds heading right to the coastlines. Some areas here near Lakefront, Indiana could see some lake effect snow. Just snow in general. 6-hour accumulations, and then over time, the GFS has a lot of lake effect snow during that little Arctic blast. However, I do think this is being overdone a little bit. Most likely, the moisture on the lakes will not really be enough to feel too much snow. I mean, you can see here on, oops, wrong, 6-hour snow accumulations on the GFS. They have a lot of snowfall, really continuous over a lot of time. I would be somewhat surprised to see the lakes maintaining so much moisture over this time, just because we're going to see having very windy temperatures, lots of high pressure as well on its way. I'd be very impressed to see the lakes so warm and so moist in all seriousness. So I wouldn't trust the GFS's amounts right now a little bit. They just seem too high. Lake effect snow does not seem extremely likely for the Great Lakes, at least not in an intense amount. But really, that's that's the gist of this forecast. It's a lot shorter, but the cold air is on its way. I mean, you can look at the GFS temperature anomalies. Right now, it's very cold. You'll have that one cutoff low making its way back into the flow right about here, and that could bring some warmer temperatures. I might be wrong about that. That's mostly from the upper level, from another trough up here. That'll form a surface low, likely bring some warmer air into regions of Canada, and that's where we're seeing that warmer temperature anomaly. So right after that, you get the very large scale trough, again, very cold aloft, and then you get all those very cold air at the surface. You can see the temperature anomalies just explode. Very, very cold air. I believe this is also off the charts. Yeah, this is also off that chart right there. Very cold air affecting into the really everywhere. Large portion of North America, Quebec, most of the lower 48, except for regions like here in California and all that. A very large region of intense below average temperatures. So that's about it for this forecast. I appreciate you guys staying with me here. If you guys have any feedback on the video, just let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.